How is it that two people who love together, laugh together, sometimes end up far apart? Tell me, how is it? And how is it that you take two people, laugh together, dream together, sometimes end up along the road? Whoa, isn't it a shame? Sometimes such a love, it will never be. A shame. We have to laugh. Isn't it a shame that such a love can't last? Oh, isn't it a shame? Hey. People, hey, YouTube. Hey, YouTube, how y'all? People, y'all know the rules. If it's in the streets, we who call ourselves YouTubers, particularly here in the beef sector, are going to talk about it. So save your thoughts on, oh, just last week you were telling that dead person to stay out your business. Oh, every man for himself, baby. I'm going to talk about it. So we see that the alien has landed. Alien, you hideous monster. You know I don't like your ass. And the reason why I don't like you is simple. It's not even because of this beef you have with Dineva. My issue with you, alien monster, is even to this day, you insist on misgendering T.S. Madison with your homophobic rhetoric. You are unapologetic. You are a homophobe. And I wouldn't give a goddamn who you hang out with. You are a homophobe. And your emphasis is particularly on transgender people. And it is wrong. So if I get an opportunity to talk about your ass, believe me, I will hop at that opportunity. Frankly, I thought you had gone some goddamn where. I haven't even heard your name mentioned in months and months and months. So you have not held my attention. Hello, darlings. Oh, we're just going to try to straighten up a couple of things here. Okay, I got to lay it out what happened. Okay, so we all know that Dineva got his page taken down yesterday. His page was back up, I think something like 3 hours later, because when I checked it yesterday afternoon, late afternoon or early evening, his page was back up. So it was only down a few hours. So I wish he would have came on and told the other YouTubers how to do that, how to appeal something so quickly or make it go away. Did he have direct contact with YouTube? I don't know what it would have. It was obviously something that should have been corrected, but it got corrected so fast. It got corrected in one day. My experience with YouTube, with Google, has been you have to, send them notes and all this shit. It's hard. You can't just call them. Anyway, so it got resolved, but the alien, she jumps at any opportunity to talk shit about Dineva, even up until this day. Okay, some of y'all will still follow. I know y'all are ladies, so y'all probably follow the lady woman because she reviews a lot of the things that people on here watch. But let me say this. When I go and get an apartment, or you go get an apartment, anywhere in America, we have to pay what is called a deposit. You have to pay a deposit. Some people will charge you first, last month rent, and another month rent equal to your last month's rent, right? There is a reason for this. They're not just collecting money for themselves, alien monster. What they're doing is they're ensuring that you will return the apartment like you got it. So now, since you decided, in your great wisdom as a businesswoman, to let some guy that you knew from YouTube move into your apartment, it looks like a pretty decent apartment. I mean, as far as the space, You let him move in there with no deposit, no last month's rent, no incentive whatsoever to return the apartment the way it was returned. And then you get into a beef with him as he's leaving because you are evicting him. Right? I'm just calling like I see it. You should have asked him for a deposit. That's why people don't want their Uncle Bobo moving down into their basement. That's why they don't want their loved ones moving into their spare rooms. They'd rather have a stranger move in there and get a deposit and last month's rent if they can. If they can get as much as they can out of them, because they want to assure that when it's time for these people to leave, they will return. The fact, the agreement is they'll do a walkthrough. You might get away with a few holes. God bless the people who got to come in here after me. A few holes in the wall, right? But basically, they want you to return that apartment the way you got it. Now, they're going to go in there and paint anyway, kind of thing. But that's the whole idea behind the deposit. You opted, your decision was to let this guy move in here with no deposit, no last month's rent. And from what I understand from the old story, I mean, the story is ages old. What is it? At least I know I became aware of it 3 or 4 years ago. Right. But it was your decision that you made to do that. So you have to take the responsibility for that. Now, for me, my way of thinking, obviously, I favor Dineva basically because he's never done anything to me. I think he's intelligent. I watch the show sometimes, but it's not no strong bond there. But I think that you should accept responsibility for your part in this thing. Because one of the worst things that can happen to you, I know women will say losing a child, that's big. But this whole country is about to face something that maybe they've never faced before. And that is the potential to be evicted from their home. That is a very stressful time. Imagine now, somebody tells you on this day, they have a police officer right there waiting for you. You have to pack whatever you can gather together and leave this property. They changed the lock on the door. Now you are out in the cold. Now, we're not saying that that's your responsibility, that people didn't pay their rent. But at the same time, we have to have enough compassion to realize this is not the time to be going up on here trying to humiliate this person when they are obviously going through a very, very difficult time. Thing number one is I got to find somewhere to live. Secondly, I got to find somewhere to put all my shit. Right? So you decided to go through a walkthrough and show everybody all your precious carpet, how you got poop on your carpet and all this kind of stuff like this. Obviously, you were already fighting with this guy for months. You were already in litigation. You were throwing him out on the street, right? So what? You let the dog shit on your rug. Why should he care about you? You don't give a fuck about him, obviously. But the thing is, you decided to make it public. My opinion, you got paid even before the court paid you, because you made all these videos at that time to humiliate that person, and you got clicks and views in the process. If you didn't think you would get clicks and views from it, you wouldn't have bothered to air it, right? It's like this. So he was going through a difficult time, so difficult that he couldn't even pay his rent, right? You decided to go in there with your girlfriend and your camera. You went in laughing. So you and your girlfriend went in there to laugh at him because he's been thrown out of there, right? And what you found was a nightmare, or what you call a nightmare, because the place was ruined. Frankly, when somebody moves out, you got to paint the place anyway. As far as that carpet, I see big swaths of places where bleach has been poured. So somebody has attempted to clean that carpet, but that carpet was so far gone. There's no way it could have been saved. You couldn't have rented that place out with that carpet in the condition that it was in. It had big white spots all over it because they tried to clean the damn place up. Obviously, at some point, they said, fuck her, fuck that bitch. Now, you were going through that. You were beefing online, okay, all that kind of thing, right? So you're going to have to change the carpet anyway. So you, great businesswoman, you said that he had ruined your apartment so horribly and he did all this stuff to you, and you sued him to be evicted, and he was evicted, and then you said you chased your money for 4 years. How did you chase it? What did you do? Were you in court every day? What do you mean you chased it every day? You went in there and you got new carpet, you got new washer and dryer, which is suspect because unless he was moving into an apartment which had a washer and dryer hookup, I don't know why anybody want to move an old washer and dryer out of your apartment. it seems to me that it'd be more likely that somebody made it come in there and stole that washer and dryer, one of your good neighbors over there, because they need a washer and dryer, some other poor people. Might have come and stole it. I don't know what he would do with it. But you got that, you got the carpet, you got the place restored, which you have to do anyway, and you would have to change the carpet anyway, and you charge all that to him in court, right? So did he pay you all that money? So if you already paid, what the fuck are you talking about? What is there to talk about? They should have gagged your ass when they agreed to pay you. You went, I think, from what I remember, you got to look way back into the story. This dude, you went and garnished his YouTube check or something. I don't remember how that thing. Wasn't like $6,000 involved, whatever. Bitch, if I give you $6,000, you need to shut your goddamn mouth. In my opinion, I don't know what the fuck he's on here apologizing to your ass for. I wouldn't apologize for you for shit. You hit me, I hit you back. You hit me, I hit you back harder. So I said, oh, I ain't said hello. God, boy, I'd be so rude. You get so hot and bothered. Hey, people. RNY TV. RNY TV. Oh, that's clever. Donald Webster. How y'all doing? TTR. I love y'all there. Hi, Elaine Berry. Hi, y'all people. So, yes, if this is a story, we're going to run with it, honey. This is one of these little YouTube stories. But these people are YouTube legends. One's more so than the other. But they have gone back and forth. There have been times when AT Alien was doing much better than Dineva. And there have been times, which I suspect is right now, that he has been doing as well or better than her. And so they have their ongoing beef. But it just frustrates me. Mainly because I don't like the alien. I mean, I just don't like that broad. She's over there. She's still complaining. She's complaining, what, 4 or 5 years, 5, 6 years later? She's still, and she's talking about, he called me an alien. I mean, he called me Gary Coleman. Let's talk about that. Alien, you hideous creature. Alien, you look like Gary Coleman. I don't know why you are making that such a horrible thing. I don't even know that that's even a read because you look exactly like Gary Coleman. That could easily be your twin brother, honey. I don't know why. What is the purpose in denying it? So I listened. I heard you over on the phone with Wally. For y'all who are interested, when you leave here, you can go over to Wally's channel. She called in. She's standing her ground, and Wally takes offense that he calls some people call her Gary Coleman. She looks just like Gary Coleman, honey. Listen. Does Janet or LaToya Jackson look like Michael Jackson? Do your brothers and sisters, do they look like you? I mean, even if one is a male and one is a female, don't you look alike? Don't you have a family resemblance? I don't see what the point in denying that you look like a Gary Coleman. If you took a picture of Gary Coleman, I mean, some of you guys who do, what do you call that stuff when you add shit on? I know the name of that. Photoshop. If you Photoshop a wig, one of the wigs that she has, if you put that on Gary Coleman's picture, it looks exactly like her. You would think that was her. So I don't see the point in denying it. You do look like Gary Coleman. So you want to take it and turn it out, oh, I look like a man. Girl, the fuck are you talking about? People can resemble each other without being the same sex. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What else was the issue here? Okay, we covered the deposit thing. Hold on a minute. Let me take a break. She had garnished him. Well, if she garnished him, she got her money. Girl, after you got your money, you're supposed to let that go, honey. She's still waiting for any opportunity where she can jump on this boy. Now, here's the only reason that I decided to make a video about this, because you can make a big video about anything. When she started playing those clips again of her walking through this house talking about how disgusting this person was. Now, you don't think that is harmful when you're trying to show this dysfunction of someone else after obviously they're trying to get even with you at that point. They're not cleaning up shit because you have angered them so because of your attitude towards them leaving, right? The next time when you rent this place out, you will rent it to a qualified person with good credit, a deposit, and possibly the last month's rent as well as the first month's rent. That ensures, Because people ain't gonna walk away from no $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 they done paid to move in the damn place. They're gonna make sure the walls are painted, the floor is clean as best they can get it. But you have to take all that shit out there anyway. But that was your mistake, the alien. You should have learned from the mistake instead of dragging this shit out for years and years and years, right? And so there's a competitiveness between the two of you, but you don't have to be so nasty in it. So you had all these women calling on there, talking shit about Dineva. We all got enemies, honey. We all got enemies, but you want to stir those up, those particular ones up. You always want to stir up the homophobes. You like those. But now you're calling into Wiley, so you're gonna make the rounds now. So do you think that I look like a goddamn fool or something? You think that people like me, average intelligence, can't see that you're going to try to milk this thing now and turn it into a coin for yourself? Him being losing his channel for a few hours has got nothing to do with you. It ain't got shit to do with you. What the fuck are you talking about? But you're going to milk that now, because now you're making the rounds and you're making your videos and you're making thumbnails and you're doing all this shit so you can cash in this thing. So he paid you maybe $6,000 for that eviction or the damage to that, what you're calling damage to that apartment. My guess is somebody else stole that washer and dryer, but in the lawsuit, he had to pay for all that kind of stuff. But you have also milked this so much that you have already cashed in on the incident. AdSense has paid you for this over and over again, probably twice as much as you got from him. So let's say you got $20,000 out of the deal. When are you going to let it go, girl? Gary? Hi, y'all. He needed to be held regardless. None of that gives you the right to be filled. Girl, this thing, if we are at battle, I can't say no names. If I'm fighting, I'm having a heavy duty beef with somebody, and they have involved the police and all this shit, I'm being thrown on the street. Why do you think I would go out there cleaning up your goddamn apartment? Well, I'm not going to get anything out of it. You are on here on a daily basis disparaging my reputation, my name. I'm looked at like a piece of shit all over the internet. Why do you think I'll be down on my knees scrubbing your goddamn floors? No, it's being totally vindictive. But if she would have done if she would have done due diligence, if she would have cleared his credit score, if she would have made sure he had no eviction in his life, if she had gotten her deposits, she wouldn't have the issue. So they're both responsible. But how long do you pay, honey? When I went to prison, when I came out, bitch, it's over. I paid my debt to society. Why? By the skin of my ass. Now, whether you like it or not, oh, you're supposed to go and pay the people. I paid my debt to society. The judge decided that you will be incarcerated for this amount of years, or months or weeks or whatever it is. And that is your debt to society. Baby, don't think you're going to be following me around for the rest of my life because of some shit I've already paid for. My debt is paid. He paid her. Whether he paid her reluctantly or paid her by force, it's still paid. Whether his tidiness, I don't think is the issue. Damn, 6 years ago, she's only cashing in, people. Don't you see? Who in the fuck has said Mattel? What's that? What is her name? Let's just say Gary. Who in the hell has even said Gary Coleman's name over here on this thing? You see how it works? This ain't the only sector. He got 4 or 5 sectors talking about this goddamn story for whatever, day and a half. It has given her numbers for the day, right? That's all it is, honey. These people are not amateurs. They are professionals. He is a professional. She is a professional. They know how the internet game works. That's all it is. Her creating the story, a buzz. Why is she on there right now on Wally call-in and going over the same goddamn shit and still insisting on calling transgender people man-hand? She knows how. He's a man. He's a man. That is straight homophobia 101. To insist that they're men, it means you are not accepting their life. It's like taking us back 30 years. She is a homophobic. She is particularly a transphobic person. transphobic person. So her hanging out with gay people does not change the fact that she's transphobic. She, no matter what they do in their lives or who they identify as, she's going to keep coming back. Oh, that's a man. That's a man. Girl, you barely a woman yourself, AT alien. I mean, really. I mean, you put a lot of work in looking like a woman every day. Let's keep it real. So that's what offends you so much about being called Gary Coleman, because essentially, without the makeup and the hair or the wig, you're Gary Coleman. Whether that makes you look like a man, I don't know about that, but it definitely makes you look like Gary Coleman, right? If I have a sister and my sister and me, we both favor our father, that doesn't mean my sister is any less of a woman because she looks like me and my father. It's just the genetics. So she should be doing DNA search and seeing if she's related in any way to the Gary Coleman family. And what makes Gary so bad? From what I recall, what's it called? Different Strokes. We always thought he was a cute kid. I mean, we didn't know that he was not aging properly. He was older than he actually played on the show, but he was always played a cute kid. That was his stick, right? But she's so stuck on this male-female thing that everything that involves a man, she thinks that's an insult. And believe me, she is seething because Madison is going to start his TV show. Believe me, you'll be getting all kinds of reaction from her. It's just jealousy, honey. Ain't nobody talking about no goddamn alien. She's dragging her ass back in the beef sector because she wants to start up another beef with those people because Dineva has got tremendous numbers, and she knows that if she starts bitching with him again, people will start looking again. That's it. Don't make too much out of it, people. Okay, let's get some of you guys' opinions. Your uncle, sometimes he do go off on tangents and he shares his opinion. Seeing that LaBelle, so that's right, God dog me. They laugh together and they dream together. Didn't they help each other in the beginning? Weren't they compadres? We've seen this over and over and over again on YouTube, people. You got to be careful about how getting close to people. Because sometimes you like people, just keep it simple. Don't be going moving into their house. Because the people, they fall out. And the ones that fall out, I've said it over and over again, when they've been friends, when they fall out, they have all this information on each other. That's why they're able to read each other and dog each other out so much, because they know so much about each other, honey. Keep it simple, people. Don't have people moving into your house as strictly business. If you're going to be dependent on paying your mortgage, get somebody in there who you don't know, who is strictly a tenant with deposits. You made that mistake, accept your part in it. You should have said to yourself, listen, I should have gotten a deposit from him. No matter how much I like Dineva, I shouldn't even told him about my apartment. Because we're friends, or because we're YouTube people, or somebody I met on the internet. You don't just go moving to people in there. Moving with nothing. I mean, what do you have to lose by walking away from? I mean, what was he going to get by getting on his knees and scrubbing that rug? It's the whole point behind the deposit, honey. He has to have some motivation for cleaning it. Particularly when you're beefing with him. So she can go on there and say, oh, he irresponsible. She can say that to her eyes turn blue, honey. Which ain't going to happen unless you use context. It don't make no goddamn difference. A lot of people did a whole lot worse than what that boy did. So the dog pooped. He didn't clean it up. Fuck you. That's what it is. You beefing with the person. Don't do it. Oh, don't do it to yourself, boy. Hey, Tim. Don't do it to you. You think I'm scared of missing that hideous creature from outer space? Bill Blast. Don't worry. I got it. I got this, bro. I got this. I don't see how they have a rip-roaring homophobe, transphobe on here still talking shit about trans people. I thought we were past that, people. I thought we were past that. Is that what y'all got from Donald Trump? Y'all want to go back? Oh, let's go back when we can talk shit about him. That's still very offensive to me. It still kills me. She was on there with Wally just a few minutes ago. He's a man. He's a man. Oh, no matter what he do, he could hurt me. Oh, then she went to the courts in Atlanta. How she felt like her life was in danger. If you feel like your life is in danger, Michelle, the alien monster, shut your goddamn mouth. I mean, how you gonna go in there running your mouth, and then when they hit you back, I'm a woman, girl. Y'all know how I feel about all that shit. We can talk about anything on here, people. I ain't scared of these people. Bill Bless. We're having a conversation. Got the main line. Honey, I know a whole lot of people would have did a whole lot more to that apartment if they were beefing. He got off easy. But okay, so when he moved out, you were going to keep that carpet in that apartment and you were going to rent that to somebody else? You got brand new carpet in there, right? You might have paid out of pocket for it, but eventually you got paid for it, right? Your washer and dryer is old washer and dryer, right? How much is that worth? You can get a brand new washer and dryer with $500. So how much is the old used one? How much is that worth? But you got a new washer and dryer. The linoleum was tore up. I mean, it wasn't just that it was dirty. The apartment, it needed to be revitalized, honey, for somebody else to move into it. You can't just rent that shit out. So you got what you want. Now it's only about competition. You're jealous of that boy. You're just jealous of him. Just tell the truth, shit. To thine own self be true. If you can't say it to nobody else, just say it to yourself. I'm jealous of that boy. Because we started out together. I trained him. I taught him the ropes. He's doing better than me. I'm jealous. Why are you jealous? Then you get your $6,000? Shit, give me $6,000, honey, and you can go. I will let you go. But he's much brighter than her. So they always think they're winning when they're attacking people and they're disparaging people. He's got a much sharper brain than you, the alien. I only listened to a piece of that conversation, but she's about, is it a real diploma? Is it? So now she's challenging that he even went to school. See, Michelle, the alien, she's a messy woman, honey. She is a messy queen. Misery loves company. That's Gary's MO. That's Gary's MO. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. She'll get a few videos out of watch. You watch me, honey. And she don't mind going there and throwing herself out in front of these Mack trucks for a coin. I need a good beef. Mm-hmm. You like that LaBelle song, huh? Okay, I'm going backwards now. Oh, I don't know why I always end up going backwards. I'll be so far behind. I don't even catch most of the comments. Don't mix friendship with business, period. Right. Or family. If you move your brother into your house and you are dependent on his rent to pay your mortgage, what's going to happen? You going to throw your brother in the street? It's going to be hard to get rid of him. You got to call mama, call grandma. Y'all talk to him. I've seen some of these even shows on, was it HGTV? No, on here somewhere. They have where these English people, they are evicting people all the time. It's very hard to get rid of your own family, honey. Business is business. So unless you want it, you can afford to just let them stay there. Don't rent to them, honey. And if you do rent to them, make them pay just like a regular person. Pay a deposit. I need some assurance that you're going to restore this apartment. If I move out of this apartment, if I get evicted out of this apartment right now, and they tell me, go put that junk in storage some goddamn where, you are leaving here on today, right? And I paid no deposit, and I paid no back rent, no last month's rent. What would be my motivation? To be sitting up here scrubbing walls and shit. Excuse me? Girl. Accept that it was your original sin, your original mistake as a businesswoman. Who you got in there now, Michelle Alien? I hope you ain't got trade in there, girl. They say you ain't, you're not opposed to paying. That's what you get when you want clout. You get it all, alien. Miss Coco, Where you at, Miss Coco? I just lost you. So Dineva doesn't need to be held accountable. He was wrong 6 years ago. Do you know that your credit, and don't people, please don't be on here pretending like you all got perfect credit. They can only hold your bad credit against you. Is it 6 or 7 years? 6 years. They can no longer hold that against you by law. So why does this girl get to torment this dude for the rest of his life, even though he got the money? Fuck if he's responsible or not. You ain't never did nothing wrong in your life. I like you guys to see my record. Ooh, you say, ooh, 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 I don't know him. I don't know him. Girl, he paid his debt. What else do you want? 6 years? What, you want to come on here and tell us that you're an angel? It's bullshit. You were fighting with somebody. Okay, so you did wrong. I don't know what the fuck you on there. Apologize. I wouldn't apologize to that whole. No, honey. You over here talking shit about me, bitch. I'm talking shit about you. And there's a lot to cover. He said my pussy smell like fish. Girl, you calling him a full-blown drug addict amongst all of his colleagues? Because he did drugs? Newsflash. He ain't the only one that does drugs, girl. It's not a $1 billion industry in the United States of America. Everybody who does it is not a drug addict necessarily. That might not even be the issue of why he got evicted. Maybe he was just broke. How about that? Ask these people in America right now about just being broke, about just not having the money. Okay, so maybe he had to move out. It couldn't be helped because he ain't got no money. And you still dragging this boy. She played the original videos again. So she is not an innocent in this. I don't buy it at all, honey. So my answer to you, Miss NKO. So Dineva doesn't need. What do you mean held accountable? Isn't the judgment when they went to his paycheck and took his money? Isn't that accountable? Honey, ain't nobody got to kiss her ass. Baby, I am not puckering up and kissing shit on your body because you have won a judgment against me. If you have won a judgment against me and they came and took my money, girl, I ain't got shit to do with you. Fuck you. That's it. And you're gonna go and girl make 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 videos about it. Every few months you bring it back up again, play the video all over again, girl, cash in on the damn thing again. And you think I'm supposed to come over here and apologize to you? How about you apologizing for you trying to humiliate me when I was on my worst day? Perhaps one of the worst days of my life when I had to move my shit out on the curb. You made that. It's laughable. All right, people. If they don't pass this goddamn bill, y'all gonna see what that feels like to be evicted from somewhere. I don't give a damn if you're responsible or not. If you don't have the money, you just don't have it. Got her money. Got all of it. She said, oh, that wasn't enough. Bitch, please. We saw that old damn girl, that apartment with all that, honey. And I hope you were not planning on renting that apartment again with that filthy ass carpet. Girl, he couldn't do that much. How long did he live there? It's not possible to do that much damage to a carpet, girl. You would have to replace that anyway. You would have to paint those walls anyway. You would have to fix the plumbing anyway. You would have to replace that old ass washer and dryer, which probably somebody in your neighborhood stole. You might want to go and knock on the neighbor's door and see if somebody took a dolly and moved it next door, or somebody saw something. Unless that boy had it going on and he moved into a place that needs a washer and dryer. If he stole your washer and dryer, wouldn't that said washer and dryer be in his new place? So why can you just call the police and let him go over to the new place and see if your washer and dryer was in his new place? Because you know it wasn't. More than likely, he moved into a smaller place. It was probably a studio or something, and didn't even have a washer and dryer hookup. And if it did have a washer and dryer hookup, it had a washer and dryer in there. So if you were so convinced that he stole your washer and dryer, why don't you go pick it up? You were able to find him to serve him, right? So obviously you could find where he lived. Either it was there or it wasn't there, right? Do we got to look at you and we have to start looking? Do we have to start looking at you as an insurance fraud? Because were you paid from the judgment for that washer and dryer, or did you have homeowners insurance, which would cover the washer and dryer anyway? Either way, you ended up with a brand new washer and dryer, brand new carpet, right? Far as I know, they're not going to give you a mortgage with no without insurance, right? So if somebody came and stole the washer and dryer, whether it was him or somebody else, isn't that covered with your homeowner policy? How many times do you want to get paid, the alien? Yes, she garnished his YouTube checks. She got paid in full. Girl, in my opinion, she got paid in full, period. She got $6,000 from my recollection. 6 years later, so talking about the same shit. Clicks and views. They'll do anything for clicks and views. She don't want that. He don't want to be bothered with her. That's the bottom line, because his life is going on. I don't know why they can't accept that sometimes she'll be doing better, sometimes he'll be doing better. Just end the whole goddamn thing, girl. Just let it go, for Christ's sake. At what point do you just let it go? Unless were you in love with Funky Dineva? Maybe the split in the relationship hurt more than I've heard of people who have relationships, real relationships, physical relationships, who are so angry with their ex-partners and lovers, they try to destroy them. Is that what it was? Or are you some kind of sexually obsessed with him? What is it? The T? Maybe he hurt you. The breakup hurt you more than you're saying. And maybe you should go and call him and tell him, you know what? I'm just hurt. I'm just still hurt, baby. I just can't get over it. You could probably have a decent conversation if you could start with that. Yes, I shouldn't have gave you the place with no deposit. I was wrong. You were wrong. You are both wrong. Baby, who was that asking me about should Funky Dineva be held responsible? Girl, ask any landlord. Ask any landlord anywhere. Are they going to let their property, just give their property away to some YouTuber with no deposit and no last month's rent? Nobody does that, honey. There's a point in all that. Right? That's the point. They have no motivation. Anyway, we're glad that Dineva is doing well now. Apparently he's going to be, I didn't know he's going to be on Madison's show, but I'm sure he'll make appearances on there. And he's got other projects going as well. His career seems to be going well. So if she thought he was such a drug addict, shouldn't she be celebrating that he's not longer a drug addict? He didn't appear to be doing drugs now. But I'll say that again. Now, I was a real live drug addict. I know what a drug addict is. But everybody who does drugs is not necessarily an addict. You can't say that. You can't say everybody who smokes a joint in high school does not become a drug addict. But some do. Right? Some do. So how much did she blow up this information she had that he had done drugs? Because if you tell the truth, honey, most people at some point have done some kind of, if they out there clubbing every night. I mean, he always says he's out there drinking and clubbing every night. So you think he would never have experienced any kind of drug at all? But she came on here like the boy was a junkie, based on the fact that she saw him do drugs. Whatever. That was her townhouse. Then take care of your townhouse, ma'am. It is your responsibility. That's why people do not let people just crawl up in their project. Girl, it is almost impossible to get an apartment in San Francisco. I mean, you have to have AAA credit to get it, not to get a mortgage, to get an apartment. Because people get you, when they rent to you, it is going to be nearly impossible to get you out of their property. That's what all these landlords are going all over the country. You have to be real careful about who you let in that property, because going through the eviction process, honey, can break you. It can break you. And here they want you to have good credit, not medium. You got to have good credit and the deposit. So you got to pay several $1,000s to move in. right? And you have to have proven yourself worthy, and forget about it if you ever had an eviction, ever in California. You'll never rent here again. And if you find somebody who will rent to you, it's probably because they're going to charge you double the rent. Anyway, it's just something to talk about, people. She wants to talk about the same story for 6 years and whatever. He took offense because she so fastly jumped on his lowest point in his life. That is a low point when you can't pay your rent. You're on the street and all. We don't know what that boy went through after that. And apparently it was all brought on because he had left town because of some death in his family. I mean, there were circumstances. She never bothered with the circumstances. She was just like a drug dealer. Give me my goddamn money. Just give me my money. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Well, if you have that kind of attitude, honey, even if the person has to leave, you know, you could come to an amicable, let me try to say this word, amicable dissertation, I think is the word. Well, he could have just left and he could have kept it cute. But no, she made it ugly. He was wrong for not paying her. He couldn't pay. He had no money. She was wrong for turning it into what she turned it into when she should not have ever rented to Funky Dineva. She shouldn't have did it. Simple as that. As like Wally said, I'm coming to California. Okay, Wally, you can have my living room. Give me $300 a month. I don't even know this dude. Go ahead, move in there. How much I got to pay you? Nothing. You pay me what you want to. Pay me when you can. That ain't business. Girl, please. Y'all all want him to take responsibility. I think she should take responsibility for her bad decision making. Her bad decision making. You want to rent out a townhouse, honey? Now you see what it's like. Now you see what could happen, girl, when you haven't done your due diligence. Did she even run a background check or a credit check on him? Or did she run it and say, well, I see all the stuff on here, but you're my friends or whatever. You can go ahead and take the place. Just give me what you can right now. Take responsibility for your failure. What's her name? The alien. Let's just say Gary. Gary. And who do you have in there now? You see? Because if you learn from the situation, then you have a person in there who's responsible. So girl, I ain't gonna go into it because a lot of people are not paying their rent right now. There are tremendous numbers of people who are not paying their rent right now. And you know why? They ain't got no money. What do you do then, landlord? No, I think she came and got his AdSense check. I think she got the whole month. He's doing pretty good if he got $6,000 a month. And he's making more than that now. Dineva don't come on that much. You know, she has ebbs and flows. Hi, Deborah Mitchell. I even speak to the moderators at least. Jesus Christ. Deborah Mitchell, you here by yourself? Bless your heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. You are here by yourself. Okay. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Now she takes offense. Her callers take offense of him bragging that he was doing better. Well, shouldn't the boy be doing better by now? I mean, come on, get a guy a break. He's doing better by now. He says he's eating good. Is that so much to brag about? Is that you're having a decent meal? God damn. If he has his own place, maybe he's paying his bills now. He's doing a little better. Don't she brag about every goddamn thing she got? I mean, I wouldn't know. I have no way of knowing that Michelle, the alien, wears a Rolex. She told us that. I wouldn't have no idea knowing about her Porsche. She told us that. I wouldn't have no way of knowing about her properties. She told us about that. She tells us about all that stuff. So this boy can't even say that he's eating good. He's being braggadocious. Anyway, she's a harmful. Yeah, she's very harmful. She'll get a few. She'll be making around. She's on tour right now. When I came on here, she was on there with Wally, telling her side of the story. What side of the story? What the hell side of the story you got to that boy getting his page taken down for a few hours? What's your side of the story? And then you're going to play the videos again. Hateful. That girl is not a victim. She is a predator herself. So she's going to try to fuck this turnip again. Try to make it bleed, honey. Trying to get blood from a turnip. It's great that he's doing well. He's putting in his work. Shit. They've both been on here. So if somebody calls her and offers her, oh, I don't care about being on that show. I don't care about being. She said that about whatever he's involved in. I don't want to be in that. Yes, you do, girl. You made your whole life reality TV. You made your whole career, your whole blogosphere reality TV. You would love to be on a reality TV show. Stop lying. Stop lying. You'll be so much better if you can just admit to yourself, okay, I'm a little jealous. I trained that boy. People, when you're on your job and some new kid comes in, let's say you've been on your job for 10 years. Some new kid comes in. He's 22 years old. In a few months, they advance him over you. Then he's the boss. You going to tell me that you don't have an attitude about this boy being the boss that you trained? He moved ahead. It's natural, but tell the truth, at least to yourself. And start telling your truth. Just say, listen, I do look a lot like Gary Coleman. That's it. That don't mean you're a man. That just means you look a lot like Gary Coleman, honey. God damn. If I happen to look like Beyonce, I have the features of Beyonce. That don't mean I'm a drag queen or it means I'm a woman. It just means I resemble a woman. If we came from the same loins, we would resemble each other. It's not a big deal, is it? Yes, she's gonna bring out snakes like me. She shouldn't have brought her ass on here with all that bullshit. She got all her call in. She is unapologetic, honey. The women on there, they really have resentments. They only have resentments about him because they don't know him. It's only about her mouth. She has turned all her people against that boy. I don't have a need to turn nobody against shit. If I don't like your ass, I just don't like you, honey. I ain't got to make a whole bunch of people dislike you. I just don't like you. She brings it back and get her numbers up. I challenge you to go over there to see what her numbers have done. Just watch. Go and see. She talking about the celebrities every day. We ain't heard about her. I ain't heard about her in over a year. At least a year. Maybe a year and a half. She going to get more numbers from this than she gets from her celebrity gossip. Because her celebrity gossip ain't nothing but talking about the same things. See, they do the same thing that we do here. It's the same thing. It's the same 5 or 6 people. They all talk about the same goddamn people, right? So being in the beef sector and us talking about each other is not that much different than what they do over there. Because over there, all they do is they follow Cardi B. They call it Tasha K. They follow, these 2 or 3 rappers. I mean, it's basically the same kind of stuff. She ain't doing all that well over there, honey. People are not even watching blogs anymore. They don't read them. Ain't nobody reading shit. They don't read blogs no more. So that was her bread and butter. She'll bring her ass over here. Put my name in her mouth. I don't give a goddamn, girl. I do not care about you, the alien. You need to stop. You want to stop making enemies, at least with LGBTQ people and decent people in general. You need to stop all this transphobia shit because we don't find it amusing. And at the right opportunity, we will let you know. Still like transmit. Oh, that's a man. That's a man. Girl, she sounds like somebody out of 1969. We've moved on. Is she another Trump supporter? Girl, they have this a certain ring. They want to go back to 1950. Her camera passed out at the funeral. I loved him. Sean said, wait a minute, no, I am an alien, but I still watch Funky. Watch it. People don't take this stuff personally. Don't be choosing all these sides. I realize people on here watch her, watch him, watch whoever the hell you want to watch. If they're entertaining, I'll watch them. Some of the ones I don't even like, I still watch them. If I find them entertaining. You know, she got to have people calling in to talk shit about the motherfucker. Oh, he no good. Oh, he did wrong. Oh, girl, did he kill somebody? He left an apartment dirty. That's bad. The stories I could tell you, girl, but curl your earrings, honey. It would curl your earrings around your ears, girl. It would start wrapping around your ear. Whoa! Oh my God. She needs to stop saying, right. Yes, Deborah Mitchell says, yes, Michelle needs to stop saying homophobic slurs, and gay black men need to stop calling her a man. We need to I can call her a man. Deborah, then of course, I mean, people have turned it into all kinds of stuff, right? But initially, look at my arms. Lord have mercy. I gotta change my shirt, people. Excuse me. They be talking about my shirt will be on thumbnails. It's hot today. Praise Jesus. How is it that two people sing together, love together? I'm sorry, people. You have to be careful because these people will use anything. They will screenshot your sweaty underarms, girl, and that'll be the talk tonight. Brother, a couple of weeks ago told me, oh, why you got lotion on your table beside your bed? I said, what? Girl, that's hand sanitizer. They got implying that I'm jacking off. Oh. You gotta love this YouTube stuff, right? She rushed to go in over there on all these channels. She's doing her a tour now. Oh yes, I said it. Should I show you the film? Should I show you the film? Girl, I wonder if there's anything he can go in there and strike that goddamn film about. Is there anything you can do? I mean, 6 years is enough. Can he strike that? Could he call that some kind of stalking him or something? As long, okay. She has been a fag. She has. Apparently, she favors the gay men, and she hates the trans women. Like it's her business what they do with their bodies. Or her judgments are like the judgments of 1969, 1955. Right? She hasn't grown up. She still has the attitude that she should come on here and then misgender people and try to pick on anybody she can get away with it. Since trans people are such a small minority, they are a minority within a minority, right? So the LGBTQ, we're all a minority, right? Representing about 20% of the United States of America, of all these things put together. But when you start separating it out, how big a community is the trans community? So she feels like she can get away with that and just keep on doing it because she can, right? Most people are not watching The Alien. after she insults the ones that just gone, right? So she feels like she can just go ahead and do that, and she draws all the other transphobic people. Stop being phobic, people. Leave people the fuck alone. Just leave them alone. Damn, you don't understand it, bitch. You can't. It means it speaks to your intelligence. You can't grasp things. You cannot grasp that there are trans people in the world. If you can't grasp it, it's because you are stupid. Not like it's not necessarily something wrong with them. It's something wrong with you because you can't grasp it. You can't grasp that reality. So leave it the hell alone. Yeah, she says she's a girl. I don't watch her, so I don't know. I know she's a messy woman. Mm-hmm. Trans people paved the way for LGBT folks and started Stonewall and Rebellion. That's the truth. They were out front. They're the most visible. A lot of the people who could pass, the people who could just stay in the closet, they did. But fortunately, now a lot of that has changed. And everybody's coming out, but a lot of the focus is still on trans people, right? Because until we're all free, nobody's free, right? You can't say that people can't be racist to you if you're going to be transphobic to somebody else. You're going to treat other people differently, but you want yours, but you don't want them to have theirs. So nobody's free. We're locked up. We're in Trump land. Hi, Lisa Jackson. They say hello, Squeenie. Mm-hmm. Hello, beautiful, beautiful child. What a wonderful child. What's this song where they got "Oh, Wonderful Child" in it? Mm-hmm. Oh no. Thank you for that information. We will go right over there, Elaine Berry. Hold on a second. We will go right over there. Let me see something. Oh, what a wonderful child. Bye, babe. Creasy. Okay. A snake called Sis. Okay. All the documentaries get ready to premiere too. Okay. I don't see Wally over here. He said he'd make a video about me. We'll find Wally. I came on here. He was still live with the alien. Uncle Tim, you're wrong for coming AT alien. Wally, will you stop all that old drippy shit? Wally always said, he said that to a black woman. You made a black woman look like Gary Coleman, girl. Wally, check this out. I don't like her, right? So my view of her is totally different than your view of her. So since you like her, then you go ahead and like her. Don't think you're going to influence the way I feel about the alien monster because she's a transphobic person. So we're supposed to have all the respect in the world for her because I'm a woman. But she can't got no respect for nobody else. You have to give respect to get respect. So Wally's over there making a bit. We'll go and check that out. I was talking about Wally. I only came on here because she was on the phone with him. I saw she was doing her victory tour. Her victory tour because his channel got taken down. Ain't that a bitch? Mm-hmm. Oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful child. I like singing that Patti LaBelle song a minute ago. What's the other one? I said that I never let another lover break my heart, baby. I said I never would, but if you ask me to, I just might change my mind, walk back in your life forever. If you ask me to. That's why I used to feel about my lover. Honey, you are special if you ask me to. Mm-hmm. You might change my mind. Mm-hmm. Hypocritical. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it when they bring it to the YouTube streets, baby. Expect it to be talked about. Oh, nobody gets a pass, child. You think if it took your old uncle down They wouldn't be. They might have no comment about it, please. You don't confront transphobia with more misogyny. It doesn't make sense. You don't. This is you again, Linda. Linda, we don't care that you like Michelle the alien, honey. You don't confront homophobia. Well, how old is alien? So you're saying that we're supposed to treat her a certain way about her transphobia? Wait a minute. Here's what Linda says, and I'm not jumping on you, baby. I'm just sharing your opinion. You don't confront homophobia with more misogyny. Misogynor? It doesn't make sense. Okay. So a person can be as transphobic as they want to. Is that what you're saying? And we're not supposed to confront it at all? Don't say anything about it? I mean, I don't get it. If it's wrong, we should call it out. The only reason we stopped calling out because she disappeared from over here, honey. But she comes back with the same. She's unapologetic. She expects him to be. Then. Did Dineva actually come on here today and apologize to that woman? He said, if I hurt you that bad, girl, I am sorry. I feel sorry for you. If that hurt you that bad, I am sorry. He apologized to her. Do you know what she did? Did she graciously accept his apology since she's so obsessed with his apology? No. Oh, when somebody said oh, that's not a real apology. That's not, girl, why has he said anything to you? Girl, I don't even understand why he ain't calling you a stinking looking old ugly bitch. If you are still dragging this damn thing out for 6 years later after you took my goddamn money and took my whole motherfucking check, I don't know why he would say anything to you. So you should have accepted whatever apology you got from him. I don't think he owed you no apology, girl. You have cashed in on that story for years. I mean, how much can you really talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Georgia, girl? We don't really give a shit about them anymore. How old is that story now? 12 years? You done made a whole lifestyle out of the Real Housewives. Whatever. You ain't gonna call her foul names because you don't hate her like I do. You don't hate her like I do, honey. I'm not ashamed to tell you the truth. If I don't like you, bitch, I'm telling you, I don't like you. I don't like you. Here's why I don't like you. She came on there the same, like it was just yesterday. She's still calling this girl a man hand. She's still saying that's a man in a dress and all. And she has to know. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia, for Christ's sake. She has to know how wrong that is. But she insists upon doing it. That means she's not a good woman. She's not a good person. A good person is not going to do things to deliberately hurt other people that they don't know. They're not going to be racist because they're a good person. I wonder how she's going to react to these people who ain't paying their rent now. Girl, let's hope you learned enough from that experience to know that you have to have a deposit. You have to have it. If nothing else, to cover your own damn mortgage, cover your own ass. Do you know her only by YouTube? We are YouTube. What would it be? I'm just barely aware of her. I'll talk about her today. Maybe she'll come back. If she does, I'll talk about her for the rest of the day, and that's it, honey. She'll go crawl back in her hole until she can find somebody else she can come out here to slug with. I just don't like the way she's so unapologetic about her homophobia and her transphobia. Or I shouldn't say homophobia because she says she has that boy Josh, that's her friend and all this kind of stuff. And she always had, in fact, her and Funky Dineva were friends before they fell out, right? So she'll say, I ain't got a problem with gays. So maybe she doesn't have a problem with gay males in general as a rule. She is specifically transphobia. But see, it's all the same, baby. I can't say that I hate white people. I can't say I hate Chinese people. I don't know them. It's wrong. Anytime you talk about you have the problem with all these damn people, with millions of people that you don't even know, honey. It's all wrong. all the phobias, all of it. I don't hate white people. How the hell am I gonna hate millions and millions and millions of people? Why? Because they're white. That's stupid. People, they were criticizing me. And they was, oh, you're supposed to have all black statues, all black pictures. Oh, you're supposed to have a black husband. Oh, you're supposed to suck only black dicks. Girl, that's not who I am. I just don't base things on these wide swaths of people. She has a problem with trans people. It is offensive. It is offensive because she will not repent. Unrepentant. If you ain't got nothing good to say about it, don't say anything about it at all. Why she go out of her way to say something about it, child? Now watch when T.S. Madison releases her show. Is it next week? What's today? Isn't her show coming out this week or something? Pay attention and watch. And you'll see why I have such disdain for this woman. Girl, don't nobody on here know about the Alpha Maxwell. Don't nobody on here know. She thought she knew Dineva until she got him in her house. She's definitely not homophobic. And I see you don't know her. How would I know her? Well, you mean have lunch together or something? Girl. Who would say about black women? Girl, that's bullshit. That is bullshit, Alfia. I'm sorry, Alfia. That is bullshit. Gays and women are the people. They are the people that are on here. And I don't believe T.S. Madison hate women. I know good and goddamn well I don't hate women. I crawl out of one. All the people, James, all the people, they say all hate black women. That's bullshit, honey. We don't hate you. We're on here with you. You are our audience. 90% of the audience. Girl, we have mothers and sisters and people we like. And the majority of people on here we like. That's her shit. She always has to try to turn it. Oh, it's against the women. Oh, he said that to a black woman. Wally has that shit too. Oh, how can you say that to a black woman? A black queen. Girl, all that's not necessary. Be a decent human being. Do what is right. And we'll respect you. Okay. Hey, hi, Nerdicola Reloaded. Funky Dineva went through a rough time during their friendship. His mother had passed away at the time, and his finances were not in order, actually. So his mother passed away. He had to go and tend to that. But the point is, when his mother passed away, he was not making videos. So he was not making money. So he fell behind. It's unfortunate. Welcome to the world of being a landlord, honey. Sometimes shit just happens. Turn on your news today and you'll see sometimes shit just happens. What is the percentage of people who are not paying their rent right now, people? Are these evil, nasty people? Are these disgusting perverts and all this kind of shit? I mean, no, that's not it. The it is they ain't got no money. You can't pay rent and you ain't got no money. So that's what it was, honey. He got behind. When you get behind on your rent, you all know that then you get some money. You don't want to pay the last minute because you still owe more rent. And when you get behind, it's hard to get caught up, right? And because of their beef, because he ended up being a pretty successful YouTuber, I would say in our class, very successful YouTuber, right? And I'm sure he makes thousands of dollars a month. So it turned around for him eventually, but it was at the low point of his life. And she thought that was hysterical. And she brought some women in there with a camera so they could all laugh that he's been thrown out. She walked through the house talking shit about him, what a nasty pig he was. When this man didn't even know where he was going to lay down. Right? So wrong is wrong. There are two wrongs there. That's my opinion. And frankly, if he's off dope, if that was his issue and he's no longer doing it, God then got something to celebrate. I'm glad he's doing better. He's doing well. He seems to be doing well. He's functioning well. He's participating in projects. He seems to have his own place now. He's established in Florida, whatever. So that period is past. I would hate it if some bitch come on here constantly talking about my past. Bitch, it was horrendous. It was a horrendous past. But the point is, it was 20 years ago. I mean, give me free. Give me free. Give me free. I'm going to go out with the Patti LaBelle song. What other song Patti, what does the song Patti sing? You are my friend. I never knew it till then. My friend, my friend. Lord, when I hold your hand. Been around. Oh, you know that I've been around. Oh, yeah. I've been looking around. And you were here all the time. Been around. Oh, I was to lay on the ground there and fall and roll on the ground and kick my shoes off. Michelle, the alien creature, learn your lessons. Take that experience and then say, listen, that experience cost me a few dollars, a little bit of time, but I ended up getting my money back. And I've learned my lesson now about being a landlord. The next time I rent my townhouse, if I want to keep it as an investment property, maybe I'm not getting any money out of it right now. I'm just paying my mortgage, whatever. But at some point, I'll pay that place off and I'll have my retirement, right? So I've learned a valuable lesson here, right? And I won't do this again, because to repeat the same thing over and over and over again is how 12-step defines insanity. It is insane for me to keep doing the same thing. So if you learn your lessons about renting to friends and family, then it's a good thing. It was worth what you went through. Yeah, you've been through some things. Oh, you know that I've been around. Oh, yeah. I've been looking around. People Magazine. People Magazine can exclusively reveal the first trailer for the upcoming docuseries, The T.S. Madison Experience, which follows the transgender influencer and social media sensation. Oh, that's great. That is just great. That's great news. It's time for that. It's time. I'm glad it shows Madison. Madison's got a pass, but we got past, baby. It's just the truth. We got past coming through. That the glory is when you come through, right? So that's a good thing. I want you people, I want to tell you right now, Miss Monster, you alien monster, you. If you bring your ass on here to make it your personal business, the success of this woman's show, I'm going to be right on your ass. Every time you release, I'll release. You understand? Because we're not going to sit by and watch you sabotage that woman's career. Got it? All right, people. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in. Let me see. I've been working. Oh, Bonnie. Okay, Barbie wife? Bobby wife? No, she's talking to Nicole. Thank you, sweetie. I've been rocking with Uncle Tim when he only had 400 subs. Oh, praise Jesus. I'm glad I held your interest, Bondi. Ever since the Justin J. Rose. All right, people. Goodbye. I got to take my dog out. See you guys later. Watch and listen.